Calculus prerequisite skills. So I decided to give solutions for the absolute functions problems because many of the students have not really covered absolute functions in advanced function. Question number 3 was, draw a tangent at x equals to 1 on the graph of g of x equals to absolute of x minus 1. Explain your answer. Reason to pick this question up is first to tell you what is an advanced function and how to really define it, right? Answer to this question is very simple, which we'll get into a moment. Now let's first understand what this absolute function is. So the question is g of x equals to absolute x minus 1. It really means that g of x is equal to x minus 1 if x minus 1 is greater than equal to 0, and it is equal to minus of x minus 1 if x minus 1 is less than 0. So that is the basic definition of this function, correct? Now we can rearrange this and rewrite what x minus 1 absolute means. So that will be, it is equal to x minus 1 if x is greater than equal to 1, and it's equal to minus of x minus 1 if x is less than 1, correct? So we move this one to that side and solve the inequality. So that is the function, correct? Now to sketch it, what we can do is, we'll basically draw a line which is x minus 1. So let me just sketch a line here, and let's say x minus 1 means it's a slope of 45 degrees 1 by 1, right? And going through minus 1. So let's sketch this line, and let me draw this line like this, correct? So this line represents x minus 1. Now basically the function is always positive. Absolute value is always positive. So we cannot have this negative part. Do you understand? So therefore, absolute of x minus 1 really is this. So it overlaps. That's what we mean. If x is greater than equal to 1, and this point is 1 for us. If x is greater than equal to 1, then it is same as x minus 1. But if x is less than 1, then it is negative of this. That means it gets reflected. It gets reflected on this x-axis. So it becomes like this. Do you see that? So that is g of x. Do you understand? So that is how we really draw it. So that is our function g of x. For that matter, all the absolute functions should be drawn like this, in this fashion, right? So a part of it is positive and the other part is negative. That is how it should be seen, okay? Now let's get back to the question. The question is, draw a tangent line, correct, at x equals to 1. Now 1 is actually a vertex. If you draw this line, some students will draw this line, say, well, that is my tangent. Well, how about this line? This is also touching at one point, kind of looks like tangent, right? How about this itself? Isn't that a tangent to the graph? So it's kind of debatable, right? So which one is the right diagram? In fact, they all are not tangents. There are so many lines which could be drawn through that point. Think about it. Like this paper is a plane and you have absolute functions sitting on it like this. Do you see that? Like this, sitting on it, right? Now in that case, all the lines on that plane will be tangent to your absolute function. Which one should we take? We don't know about it. It's ambiguous, correct? So we say, well, we cannot draw a tangent at x equals to 1 for this kind of a function, g of x, absolute of x minus 1. So there is no tangent, it is not defined for this kind of function. In fact, you learn soon that whenever there are cusps or corners, we cannot draw tangent at those points, correct? So that is a good learning which will help you in calculus. Thanks and all the best.